Hi everyone, Kerrie from Konversations at Kerrie's Korner, and welcome to our second podcast this week. Today I'm talking about the subject, why I started this podcast. We are 2 days out of the election. Today is Thursday. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We haven't even had confirmed results for 48 hours, and it is already starting again. I started this podcast because I wanted it to be a place where any subject could be talked about, because what we have lost in this country is our ability to communicate with each other. We don't. The left and the right, some are in the middle. Nobody talks to each other. We have this campaign of hatred and misery and division and violence and fear-mongering, and I can go on and 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 on like we have for almost 10 years. And I'm not stupid in thinking that our American history, we've always gotten along or we've always communicated, but we do not communicate. Period. We have this big fat black line that runs down the middle of the country, and the majority are on the left, and the other half are on the right, and then there's a few down on either side of that black line. And we don't talk to each other. I actually heard somebody today on Twitter say, I don't care if you're my family member, whether you're a lifelong friend, whether we went to kindergarten together, whether you are a acquaintance, a coworker, my boss, I don't care who you are. You can go F.O. if you didn't vote for Harris. That is exactly what has happened to our country. We are willing to risk everyone for a belief that is tearing this land apart. We can't communicate with each other. There's no civil conversation, and it starts at the top. We have a former president calling a former president Hitler, Mussolini, a threat to our democracy. He's going to come lock us up and put us away and put us in jail and take our freedoms and take our liberties. And we wonder why we are in the state that we are in. Where did our ability to communicate go as a nation? The thing that upsets me so much today, the American people have put up with this battle, this hatred, this threat of violence and aggression and anger and hatred, and it's like a cancer, and it's constantly fed by our politicians, our news media, our television personalities, shows on television, our celebrities. And none of you stop to really think about what it is doing to the average American like me, my family, my children, my world. Do you even consider in your cancerous division that when you divide us, you make us susceptible to invasion and death? Is it really going to take another 9/11 for you to pull your head out of your asses and realize that you are weakening our land because our citizens are divided? A country divided can never survive. What do you have to go back in history? You don't have to go very far back in history to realize this. America is lucky they survived the first Civil War. Very lucky. Very, very lucky. And the way it's going, even after the American people sent a very, very clear message on Tuesday that we are sick to death of all of you, and sick to death of this environment of cancer that you are spreading every single day you wake up and you open your mouth and you speak in any public position. You weaken our land. You put our citizens at risk. Is it going to take another catastrophe where Americans are murdered for you to get your acts together and work as one? I do not expect, nor am I naive enough to know, that you will always work together. That's human nature. You will always have one side against the other. But this is something different. And you are risking every American's future. Because you cannot get past your own hang-ups and hatred and power-hungry, devouring appetite. And that hunger is devouring this country. Because you are devouring the strength of unity. And I'm just astounded. Based upon what the American people did on Tuesday, why aren't you listening? Why aren't you today, every single public official, personality, television commentator, news organization, political position holder, elected official, why are you not speaking in terms of putting us back together? You are going to destroy us. I do not understand why you are willing to risk us and all of our future generations because you cannot civilly work for the best interests of every single American. You weren't elected to do that. You were elected to work for the American people. Keep us safe. Give us prosperity. Give us a future hope. Instead, we have celebrities spewing vile crap out of your mouths. We have politicians who use their position to feed this cancerous, consumptive hatred. And we are only 2 days, not even 48 hours after the American people told you, enough. Is it going to take that for you to realize? Is it going to take something like 9/11 for you to set aside your bitterness, your hatred, your power-hungry, consumptive, vile words to protect us? Is that really what's going to have to happen? Because trust me, there is evil in this world, and they are watching every single thing you do, and they are waiting. They are waiting. And when they find the opportunity, they're going to. And you will have American blood on your heads. I just do not understand how your power and control can risk all of our futures. We made it pretty clear Tuesday. We want it to change. And you don't even make it 48 hours. To say that I am dejected by what I see today, even with the results that we saw Tuesday, it takes every single person to work for togetherness and unity, so we can come back to the middle and debate civilly. That's what republics do. I would ask every single politician, entertainer, news organization to realize the American people, we are just really fed up. We just want a future where we can live happy, content, and safe, and do the things that we love to do. I wish I could say today that I felt like this was going to change. Maybe I'm wrong. Time will tell. I personally think America's worth that. I'm worth it. You're worth it. We're all worth it. But it's not going to happen until this hatred and division stops and we get back to communicating respectfully, listening, and compromising. If we don't, evil will find a way. I don't want to be the vessel for it. Do you? Conversations to did that turn off? No, it didn't. Sorry about that. Conversations at Kerrie's Korner is a place. The reason I started it is because I wanted to facilitate conversation and communication, and listening to somebody else's point of view, respecting somebody else's point of view. You used to be able to go into these beautiful diners. Maybe this is just not even a dream that's possible anymore. Sit down at a bar, have a cup of coffee, a donut, sit next to somebody that you've never met in your life, start up a conversation, and come out of there thinking, wow, I just made a new acquaintance, or shoot, person really made some good points. Maybe I need to rethink my position here. Conversation and communication with respect from each person can do miraculous things. The challenge for all of us is we've got to get back there. Because if we don't, we are allowing the evil, the cancer, to eat us apart. One conversation after each other. This is Kerrie from Conversations at Kerrie's Korner. I hope you have a remarkable day. If the election results are not what you wanted, I get it. I've been there too. Do something. Create a podcast. Create a communication channel. We've got to do something to try to bring us all back together. But it's never going to happen unless we're civil with each other and we listen and we respect. Anything is possible if we do that. That's how America became what it is today. Well, not what it is today, to what it was a decade or so ago, when we could debate, talk, compromise, communicate, all in the best interests of America and all the people in it. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. On this Thursday, November 7th, 2024.